This is the population we're dealing with. It's a box full of beads, and it's got beads. There are probably 1,000 different beads in this. And the beads are of all different colors. They're white and red and green and brown and maybe even some black ones in there. They're yellow. There's lots of different kinds of beads. What you're concerned with is the proportion of white beads. And you could look at this and you could make an guess right now. It's not a bad idea beforehand. Start is just make a guess. What proportion of these beads do you think are white? Then we're going to do a sample. And if you've got your data sheet, your estimation data sheet with you, and you should, what I want you to do is write down the number of white beads that come up in each sample. Think about that for a second. Got a pen, got your data sheet where? Okay, we're going to do a sample here. I have a little sample paddle that's got 25 holes in it. And what I'm going to do is stick it in here, and I show this so you can see here, I have 24 white beads out of 25. That's sample number one, and I'm going to dump those back in. Sample number two, I have 19 white beads out of 25. Dump that back in. Sample number three with 25 beads. I've got 20 white ones out of 25. Sample number four. I've got 21 white beads out of 25. And finally, sample number five. I've got 23 white beads out of 25. Now you have some numbers there, and there's some things you need to do with them, but you're not going to do it right now. Right now we're going to go ahead and record. So I did that with a 25 paddle. There's my 25 paddle. Now I've got a 50 paddle. It's 10 rows of 5. First sample, random sample of 50. I have 45 out of 50 that I count as white. Second sample of 50. I count 44 out of 50 on my second sample. Put those back in, shake them up a bit. Sample number 3. I count 45 out of 50 as white. Dump those back in. Mix it up. Sample number 4. With 50, sample number 4. I have 43 white ones. It's interesting, all my other ones are green this time. And finally, sample number 5 with 50, counting 50. 50 is my sample size. I've got 47 out of 50. And that's my fifth draw with the 50 paddle. And now I've got the big one. This is my 100 paddle. Shake that up a little bit. First draw, 100 possibilities. Oh, it's going to take more time to count this time. I have 17 or 18. You may want to count that yourself again. But I would say 17. No, I would have mean 83 white is what I would count there. Dump that back in. That's the first one. Second one. See what we have. I count 22 colors, which means 78 white, which is what I would count on that time around. I'm going to dump those back in. Third draw. I have, let's see, I count 80 white this time. Okay, going to dump those back in. Going for my fourth draw with 100. Fourth draw, sample size 100. This time I have I count 77 altogether of whites. And finally, I think this is my fifth draw. Fifth and final draw. I would count 82 white here. Okay, that's the end of our drawing. Thank you, folks. Tune in next week. Good night.